Hello, welcome back to Sushi LiveNoding. In this episode, I'm gonna share with you this setup that I made using Sverchok Add-On and animation nodes, basically allowing you to create domino effects, but everything is done in one grease pencil strokes. So I have grease pencil right here, and I just draw it, and now I can still control how many dominoes I need along the grease pencil, and then once it's done, I just run the simulations, and then I just move this Susan head to push the domino, and then it's gonna do everything as expected. So yeah, I'll do a little bit like a quick breakdown. It's gonna be pretty simple, but basically it's using like a Blender rigid body dynamic and yeah, lots of things. But I think this is pretty interesting. Let's say I'll go to the top view, and let's say I need to draw. I want to test it again with a different grease pencil strokes. So let's say I delete this grease pencil, and then gonna draw it slightly differently. Maybe something like that, and let it update from here. Probably I need to delete all this because it still has cache from previously. Okay, now we have our setup ready. I move the floor a little bit, run the simulations, push the dominoes using Suzanne, and you see the setup's still working. So how did I manage to create this? So you probably have seen all the techniques. Basically, using Sverchok, we can kind of place objects on every grease pencil strokes. First of all, okay, I'll show you all the details. So grease pencil, you draw a single stroke, and then using Sverchok, we're gonna do some kind of resampling. Okay, so resampling really just place all the dominoes in place, and the domino itself is simply just a box that I can still control in scale, like X, Y, Z scale, like how tall it is, how wide, and how thick. So that's one important thing. And then with this box in place, we simply group it. I group it as alpha inside Sverchok, and then I switch to animation nodes. And inside animation nodes, I'm using this objects from group. I get the alpha group from that's Sverchok created for all these objects, and then I'm using a loop. I simply tell it these objects need to be inside the rigid body world layer or group, and it needs to be linked. And then the next one I did say set the rigid body collision shape to box. So I did that all in one go. And then one more thing is rigid body use the activation to on. I don't know, it should be on or off, but I just leave it like that. And then so now it's gonna simply just work. Maybe one thing that I think needs to be fixed is this jittering after the dynamic is completed. I don't know how to handle that yet, but I think everything else is kind of working as planned. I don't know if this actually works with a multiple stroke as well. I have not tested out. So let's say we are like drawing stroke like this, and then this one kind of branching to the left and branching to the right, and I'll update it. Let's see how it goes. Back to Sverchok. Probably increase the sampling. The sampling seems to stop right there. Wonder why. Pretty interesting. Probably there is something here that I forgot to check. vector interpolations, and then this guy. Okay, there's apparently like 3. This guy doesn't include everything. I might need to join it somehow. So the branching is really another different problem. So there you go. I fix it. There's a slight overlap there. Let me adjust it. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Now let's try our simulations. Yeah, it seems to be working. So yeah, that's okay, there's one fail there. But there you go. That's how you can create a setup using Grease Pencil, Sverchok, and animation nodes, and also Blender on rigid body dynamics to create this domino effects. So hopefully you like this. Let me know what you think. Any question, maybe I can answer it. And thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.